Well, I saw the Superman TV spot. Yes, all 30 seconds of it. Oh, man. There's a few extra scenes. The most spectacular, of course, is Superman flying around and doing this sort of weird twist of the camera and whatnot, showing him flying, I guess, around the vicinity of the Fortress of Solitude. But anyway, I've seen other reactions to it, and I don't get what people are upset about. Yeah. The first trailer, yeah, there was all kinds of stuff. The costume was one of the biggest problems I had, just in its sort of frumpy look, you know. It's wrinkled, it looks like it doesn't fit the guy, and all this type of stuff. But, I mean, in this flight scene, it looks pretty good. But, I mean, it's all very brief and everything. But, nevertheless, I thought it looked really cool. And had this been the teaser that was initially released, I think there'd be a different attitude. I think a lot of this reaction to this just comes from being upset about the initial one. And, I mean, there's other people still upset about, you know, Snyderverse being gone and that kind of thing. But this appears to be across the board of people reacting to this. There's not a lot here to begin with. But it's, you know, there's a scene of Lex Luthor walking around. Looks like he's, I don't know, I guess this is a scene that he's supposed to be breaking into the Fortress of Solitude and that sort of thing. The saving the girl scene is there, which I thought everybody thought was probably the best part of the original trailer. And I agree with that. I think that is the best part of it. But that and the dog, you know, the dog's cute. But the flight scene, I thought looked pretty good. The Henry Cavill scene from Man of Steel is better. It's a better suit and all that. But nevertheless, this is not bad. I thought it was pretty good. The still here of his face, saying, hey, it doesn't look like him. Well, it's at this angle and the hair is being blown back. He's probably suspended and they're blasting him with a fan, you know. Although I suppose the cape could have been, you know, aided with CGI. They did that a lot with the Cavill cape and whatnot. Half the time he wasn't even wearing it in the movie, you know. But here, I don't know. I suppose like with the twisty moves and stuff, that probably could be some CGI there. But as far as just the full-on image of him in this position, stands to reason that his face will look a little different from this angle and this viewpoint. Plus, if he's being with his hair blown back and everything, being blasted with the wind, some people were complaining about his eyes don't look right. One is smaller than the other or whatever. It just kind of looks like he's kind of almost in a squint there, probably struggling to keep his eyes open with that air blasted at him. You know? But that's about it. You're really stretching to look for something off and terrible about this, in my opinion. I think it's a fine shot of Superman flying. And that's it. So Superman saved. Well, no. Hopefully it's a good film. Hopefully it does very well. And all of that. There's red flags all over the place for it, as is the order of the day. And hopefully they're much ado about nothing in most cases. I still don't like that Tom King is involved in this DCU endeavor. To me, that's the biggest problem. Guy Gardner's haircut is ridiculous. And the movie looks cluttered with other characters, even though they're emphasizing, no, this is really a Superman movie, you know, and so the footage of other superheroes or whatever would be rather minimal overall in the film and stuff like that. So, yeah, I suppose so, but, you know, it's still a bit, I think it should have been, you know, totally just Superman. Little Easter eggs it's about all you get, and then as you build, you know, you would have your expanded universe and all that, or shared universe rather. But anyway, but between the trailer and the TV spot wins. It's just better. It's very simple. It's very basic. And you get the points across. You still have this, business of Superman's badly injured, but he calls for Krypto to come save him, and then it's a cute scene, and that sort of thing. A little bit more of Luthor, looking all confident and whatnot, and then the Superman flying scene, I think, steals the spot, and it's very quick and everything. So, but some of the reaction to the initial trailer, you got a little bit more extended stuff. At that, it was there were people who were just going to love it no matter what, and saying, "Man, I finally a trailer of hope and everything." And it's not a hopeful trailer, other than the cute dog and he saves the girl. Him and Lois make out, but it's. He's badly beaten, and people don't like him. The guy throwing the can at his head, and all, stuff like that. Guy Gardner's terrible haircut. So it was a bit of a mess. This one, it's very quick, of course, but I think it's a good shot of Superman flying. And there are things I would like to see in a Superman film. That doesn't mean I'm going to get them. And even if I don't, the film that I'm presented with could still be very good. And that's an objective view on it. I've been wanting a Superman versus Brainiac type scenario and stuff like that. I don't know that there's Brainiac in this. It looks to be, it's once again Superman versus Lex Luthor, and which is pretty much for decades the standard fare of Superman. Lex Luthor will always be his main villain. There's other villains, but it's like Batman's got Joker, Spider-Man's got Green Goblin, on and on. And that's how that plays out. But nevertheless, if the movie is good, if it's well executed, the plot holds together, makes sense, the performances are great, I'm going to be happy with it. Even though there's, like I said, there are aspects of a Superman film I'd like to see, but even if I don't get any of it, this could still be a very good film, and I, will say so. There's a certain, I suppose, discipline required when you have certain expectations for one of these entities, and then it doesn't deliver on all of it or even some of it, and immediately it's a rejection, and to where you're stretching and looking for this or that that's rather meaningless overall to it, to damn it, is ultimately detrimental to one's own credibility and to objectively view something. There's been examples of shows that I'm not particularly interested in, but for the overall business and being a part of Doomcock's Wednesday show, stuff like that, with the circumstances for doing it. There's Star Wars shows that I would have never bothered to watch that I did because they're Star Wars and that sort of thing. Pretty much, I've done with Star Wars. Really don't want to watch anyone. Andor's about it. Probably would watch that. And then Marvel, the best example is Ms. Marvel. I had no real interest in the character or anything like that. Watched the series and was surprised at how good it was. It's just a sweet little show. Nobody watched it. It won't do anything. It's not the type of thing that's going to bring Marvel back or whatever. It did nothing for them. But yeah, it's like I'm not going to sit here and because I can't stand the direction they're going overall in the MCU and crap on everything they do. I said, no, this one was good. It's that kind of thing. With back to Star Wars Skeleton Crew show, they just did that one. It was a cute little show. It's not going to save Star Wars. Didn't really do anything for them. But to the objective view of it, it's not bad. It's sweet. And that's an honest, objective view of a show that ordinarily, even if Star Wars was really going good, I don't know that I would have bothered with this one because you would have all these other shows, and I'm good with this one, that one, whatever, that kind of thing. But that's not the case, you know. So objectivity. This is a very simple TV spot, very quick, and not only is the flight scene okay, I think it's pretty cool, you know, the twists around and all that sort of thing. So there you go, the Superman TV spot.